Take a single piece of ordinary wood, apply just a few pounds of lateral pressure to it, and it violently snaps. We operate on these same physical principles. No matter your personal resilience, when you stand entirely alone, you are susceptible to being broken by outside forces. To see how this plays out in practice, consider two brothers. Growing up, they were inseparable. But as they entered adulthood and started their own families, their priorities diverged. That tight bond gave way to competition. Their daily lives suffered. Every interaction turned into a negotiation, and every negotiation became an argument. They couldn't agree on basic decisions, losing time and energy to constant friction. Watching this was their father. He was aging and terminally ill, but his primary concern was the bored state of his family. He saw two heirs in a tactically weak, exposed position. For years, his presence had acted as a shield for the family unit. He knew that once he was gone, his son's division would make them easy targets for any adversary looking to pick them off one by one. Vulnerability rarely comes from a lack of individual strength. It happens when you abandon a unified support system, leaving your flanks completely unprotected. The father called them together for a final test. He placed a tightly bound bundle of chopsticks on the table, next to a bag of gold. Whoever could snap the bundle in half would take the reward. The brothers went with the most direct approach, sheer physical exertion. Each took a turn grabbing the bundle and applying as much pressure as they could muster. They strained until they were exhausted, but the wood didn't budge. The bundle remained intact, while the brothers failed to make even a single crack. This demonstrates force distribution. When striking a bound structure, you aren't fighting a single target. The kinetic energy ripples outward, sharing the load across the entire bundle and dissipating the force before overwhelming any individual stick. When raw power meets a system designed to distribute stress, the attacker's strength is neutralized by the group's integration. The brothers gave up, assuming the bundle was simply made of a superior, unbreakable material. The father didn't argue. He simply reached out, loosened the rope holding the structure together, and let the sticks scatter across the table. Then, picking them up one by one, he easily snapped every freed chopstick, using only a fraction of the force his sons had applied moments before. The defensive strength never resided in the wood itself. The resilience was a direct product of the artificial binding that forced the individual pieces to act as one. The moment that bond is severed, a resilient system collapses back into a state of isolated vulnerability. The father explained the lesson. The resilient bundle was a map of their combined potential, while the snapped sticks represented their current reality. The brothers realized that their petty arguments weren't just annoying, they were acts of self-sabotage that made them both easier to break. They stopped competing and began pooling their labor and assets. They consolidated their families under one roof, cutting their overhead and doubling their presence in their local trade. This is the practical side of synergy. By aligning their goals, they reached a threshold where their combined resources could withstand pressures that would have crushed them if they were alone. It is a reality summarized by the proverb, "One tree cannot make a hill, 3 trees together make a high mountain." True power isn't about being the strongest person in the room. It is found in the choice of who you stand beside and the strength of the bond you choose to build with them.